Hi friends, welcome to my channel, Soulful Photographer. And I think this is going to be very informal kind of a channel, which is not very formal and very much articulated. It's very candid kind of a channel. And at the same time, I kept it deliberately like this because what I am, I should portray the same. I take my images very candid all the time. I never orchestrate. I never ask permissions, or I never ask person to be at a particular space so that I can take portrait and things like that. Anyway, not deviating from that, today I'm going to showcase one of many books. I have done more than, I think, 3 dozen books, coffee table books, and one of them was Bhutan, wherein we traveled from Delhi to Bhutan by road with a group of super bikers or super motorcyclists, I'll say. And this is the first image which, before entering the city of Thimphu, the weather was very exciting, and we stopped at a place and were looking for the fellow bikers to come and join. This statue was 2 kilometers away from the distance where I shot. And you might see, if you go a little closer and you definitely in the picture spend a little time and see there is a shadow. And the shadow is very interesting because the shadow is in the clouds. Shadow is not on the wall. And this statue is 169 feet tall. The beauty of this statue is that in the chest of this Buddha, there are 125,000 small Buddhas. And the city of, the population of the city is 100,000. That's the beauty of this statue. It's very, very extraordinary. And that time, I think 2014-15, it costed around $100 million, US dollars. So anyway, so let's move on because stories are always endless. One picture and one can go ahead. We all recognize this, right? The male organ. And in Bhutan, every house entry has to have this, and they are all painted. This is on the first entry wall. It will be displayed, it will be painted. And this monastery everybody knows about, Taksang Monastery, which is situated approximately, I'll say around 10,000 feet up. Beautiful sight, I'll say the breathtaking sight. This is very surprising. See, when we were traveling, actually, every village we cross, they'll have these kind of flags, white flags. And out of curiosity, actually, simply we ask, what is this? So whosoever dies in the village, one flag will be placed in his memory. So that is the concept of these beautiful flags. A simple market, but the beauty is it's absolutely neat and clean, spotless clean. And Bhutan itself is such a wonderful place, such a wonderful space to be in. Just outside the market, the lady is making these wooden artifacts or animals and selling them at a very, very nominal cost. Very interesting. Oh, a gaze. Our little one is seeing so many bikers and so many outsiders, I'll say, and that is the beauty of it, capturing the candid. This one is very interesting because of course these are the fellow travelers, but they have a sport there are 2 sports. One is archery, which is the national sport, but the another one is the Khuru, Khuru, Khuru sport, wherein they have that kind of a thing, which one has to hit the target, which is approximately 20 meters away. Definitely, it's not that easy. So these guys are enjoying their dart exercise, then they hit the dart. Wow! So what an achievement! In such a far distance, you achieve these landmarks. And of course, archery is their national sport. A candid moment. And you know, the little ones can't walk straight, so they have to have some indulgence. So these little ones, I was anticipating them, they'll do something, some mischievous thing. So as a photographer, you anticipate and try to. Again, they're similar. They're waiting for the bus in the morning and hitting the bottle. So this is how the boys are. But importantly, I have to be ready all the time because the camera, as I told earlier, the camera is an integral part of my body and it has to be with me, and I cannot miss any moment happening around me because I breathe my art. Outside the monastery, this gentleman or this monk is meditating under a tree, as symbolic like Buddha did that at Bodh Gaya. When he got enlightenment, it was under the one banyan tree, so which still is there. I visited last year. This recognizes the prayer wheel where they have prayer inside. Now, I don't know whether you know it or not, but I must share this. This wheel has got prayers written inside in the paper. And what the concept is, when they roll it, that the vibrations, the positive vibration of the prayers should travel through air to this cosmos. That is the Buddhist concept. You might have seen those turning wheels as well. So the wheels, inside they have prayers written. Again, a simple shot, very simple. Old hands and perfect, totally dedicated to that little stitch. Yeah, again, we visited one of the houses, and this boy is our tour guide. His name is Ram. Still in touch. One of the old palace of the king. The farms or the farmland, one of the landscape. So let's touch upon some technical aspects as well. Generally, I don't speak about it, but it is important so that you know what is happening. See, when we go to the street or whenever we are traveling, situations are changing so rapidly, so fast, and I have to be lightning fast in my settings. Like, for example, I would have frozen this wheel, right? If I keep my shutter speed to 500th of a second, the wheel will be frozen. So immediately what I saw him, I changed my shutter speed to, I think this is around 30th of a second. So that is the decision which you have to take. Spontaneity is absolutely the spontaneous. And let's go to the early morning. The light is not that good. It's overcast because the weather was bad. It's overcast, and immediately again I have to freeze here. I need to have minimum 500th of a second, if not 1000th of a second, right? And I need to have these guys in focus as well. So what I do is a big challenge where the light is not good. So let me bump the ISO as well. Go for 500th of a second, boost the ISO, because nowadays we are not bothered about the noise. And another, not a tip basically, I would love to share that we come from analog days. And when whosoever the photographer from analog times will love some noise. Because the film had grains embedded in it. You cannot take out, today we are talking about noiseless. No, I love noise. And sometimes when I shoot very noiseless image, I induce noise in that to create that mood. So that is my personal. This is all very personal, but this is not personal, where you need to immediately switch over to the settings, lightning fast. The back of the mind, so you've seen a scene, immediately change to all the settings on the camera, one or two settings, not all the settings, one or two settings, and start shooting. So may take one or two images. Like for example this one. As we say that vertical has to be straight. This everybody knows. I'm shooting C line, so it has to be horizontal, has to be absolutely straight, parallel, and the vertical has to be straight. That is the very basic of photography. Generally, I don't talk about this technical part of it, but still, this will maybe of some good help. So these kids, this old lady was here somewhere, and the kids were far off. I anticipated that the dogs are sitting there, the kids will come, they will definitely do some kind of mischievous thing. And this is what happened. My frame was ready, and I always shoot burst mode. Today we have the advantage of being technologically advanced. Shoot on burst mode, choose one frame of your liking. I think this may give a little insight. Let's have one more. Again, the similar. Immediately I have to open my aperture because my focus has to be on the tip of the arrow. So again, you have to be very spontaneous, very involved, living the moment. Yeah, this may be a right word. Live that moment to the utmost, to the fullest of it, because that moment will not come again and is gone. If you freeze it, you're lucky. Otherwise, bad luck. Doesn't matter next time. 2012, 2013, I decided to go black and white. That was a conscious decision. Simply, to my mind, there came that we are overloaded with color. So then I decided, actually, why not go black and white only? And when you are black and white photographers, you see things not in color. You see things in gray and black, from white to black. You're trained, your eyes are trained actually to witness those, any scene like that. As I mentioned earlier, that we were traveling and we were coming close to the town, and I see this. So now it is a game of light and shade. So the anticipation again, because it was very windy, I remember every frame which I shot till date. So it was very windy, and I never wanted to miss that the cloud should come to between me and the Buddha. So immediately I decided to take picture and put in the monopod. The lighting here was floodlit, of course, floodlit. And I moved a bit here and there to just hide those lights so that it should not come in my frame, or it should not be very deliberate, but I wanted to create a mystical, not mysterious, but the mystical kind of a shot. So wherein you can see very small light here. In frame it is small, but it was quite large, which is focused, and there was another light which was in front of Buddha, lighting up the front side of Buddha. So these two lights I could see. End of the day, it is the game of light and shade. Shoot as much as you can, experience as much as you can. Do not worry about that every frame has to be wonderful frame, does not matter, because in learning, time is the only essence. As much time you can give, more you learn. It's as simple as that. So I'll sum it up here because there are too many images. I can go on showing you the images. There are more than I think 150 images I have, which was printed in the book. So I'll just freeze it here and request you to just be with the images. Spend little time with the images, because those will be very different, very simple, but nice to look at, nice to have spent time with that. Anyway, thank you very much, my friends. Thanks, and see you soon. Thank you.